Karen, can you tell me what Brooklyn Bridge is about?
This is about a boy, Joseph, who wants to go to Coney Island, physically but also metaphorically. He wants to escape what he feels is a life that he hadn't bargained on, and he wants to go to a place where anyone can be anyone they wish to be. They can pretend to be more than they are, less than they are, or just become invisible, which I think is what Joseph wants the most.
When you approach writing a novel, what makes you decide to write it in verse or to write it in prose?
A lot of my work starts as poetry. With Out of the Dust, it was clear, because I was trying to tell a story that was very spare, and I wanted to represent to the reader that this was this was an existence that was very, very, very carefully meted out. And so the poetry organically grows out of certain stories.
Telling a story from a male point of view as opposed to a female point of view, more difficult for you, or how would you describe?
Male point of view is a lot harder for me. In my collection of materials, there's a picture of Joseph, what I imagine Joseph to look like. When I would write from Joseph's point of view, I would consult that image every time and get a sense of his speaking and his acting.
In Brooklyn Bridge, the Mictum family actually existed.
Yes.
So can you tell us what is fact and what is fiction?
Well, a lot of it is fact. The Mictums really did invent the teddy bear. They really were inspired by an editorial cartoon by Clifford Berryman, which they saw in the New York paper. I mean, they made a fortune off of this teddy bear, and they went on to establish the Ideal Toy Company, which brought us, I think, Rubik's Cube and Shirley Temple dolls and all kinds of wonderful toys that accompanied us through our childhoods. And so that part of it is true. There really were three children, Joseph, Emily, and Benjamin. I did a lot of research prior to going to Brooklyn. While I was there, of course, we went to the bridge. We walked from the bridge to Prospect Park. I went to the Brooklyn Historical Society. I went to the Brooklyn Public Library, spent hours there, and they were wonderful.
So when you write historical fiction, how did you come upon Brooklyn Bridge as a topic?
Bill Slavin had written a book called, I think, How Things Are Made. And I got to the page about how teddy bears are made. He cited Morris Mictum, inventing the teddy bear in Brooklyn, and I thought, the teddy bear was invented in Brooklyn? How cool. So I immediately went right to the computer and started checking it out. I started to look at the Mictums, and their story intrigued me. And the fact that they were Russian immigrants, that they had escaped the political bear of Russia to come to America and find the golden streets here through a bear.
Well, I think readers would be interested to know that you're writing and not publishing everything, that not everything lives up to your own standards, or for whatever reason it's not ready to see the light of day. And as a Newbery medalist, that's...
As a Newbery medalist, I think we all have a responsibility to give a reader something respectful and something they deserve. You shouldn't produce a book unless it's something that not only are you really proud of now, but you think you're going to be proud of 10 years from now or 20 years from now or however long.
Luck is a very important part of Brooklyn Bridge. And so just talk a little bit about the role that it plays in the book and why.
Luck is a theme that I think about a lot. I feel so lucky, so fortunate, so blessed, and so grateful that my career has gone the way it has gone. And so I'm looking at luck and how people handle good fortune and how you can spread that luck around, and looking at Joseph and his family, where they had this extraordinary luck. And yes, they worked very, very hard to get where they were. And yes, they worked very, very hard once they got there. But the fact is, this little this little flicker, this little thing that is luck, that's something that's unpredictable and uncontrollable, and something that I'm thinking about a lot. And so Joseph is thinking about that a lot in this book too. When he looks at what luck has done for his family, what it's done for him, and what it's done to him. In a way, I think a lot of writers work out what they're concerned about, what is, problematic for them, what is challenging them through their work.